This is the red and white of Palm Beach Currumbin, the Queensland champions. They've got some support, they've got some enemies here. Friendly enemies though. It's all in the spirit of final day in the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup. They have been Queensland champions in 4 of the last 5 years. Their starting side today, Milligan, McCormack, Lang, Pello and Cribb in the centres, very talented pair. Kingston and Piggott, and the forwards Brown, Hannon, Berryman captain, Harrington, Griffiths and Marcus. The man we have selected as player to watch in this Palm Beach Currumbin side, their lock forward, Matt Brown, played in the 99 Cup final. He has already signed with the Sharks to play in the NRL next season. St Gregory's College of Campbelltown, the maroon and blue. They have just about every student from the college has made their way to the stadium today. Champions last year when they defeated St Francis Xavier's from Hamilton 16-0. The only time they were beaten in a final was 1983. Their side is Potter, Peacock, Gilmore, Foran and Kelly the centres, Britton and Lang the halves, the forwards Short, Oak, Hoffman, Cochrane the captain, Vag and Eisenhuth. And this very talented hooker, Brad Eisenhuth, is the player to watch. He's picked up a couple of Man of the Match awards so far this year, a contender for the Peter Sterling medal at the end of today's final. Peter Sterling medal, at least half a dozen contenders in line for that. Referee for the decider is Gavin Badger.
Stay behind it, eh? Make sure we don't go early. This side as well.
They play 25 minutes each way. St Gregory's running from right to left for the first half. And the kickoff finds the halfback Josh Piggott, who in turn finds Matt Brown. What we are seeing here today, 2 very good sides, 2 very well drilled sides, and I would have to say defence like that from St Gregory's is what we're going to see plenty of from both teams. Their defence has been the real highlight on their way to reaching today. And Palm Beach will kick early from Piggott inside the 30, finding space. Potter's on the chase here. Interesting tactics there from Palm Beach Currumbin.
Well, probably not bad tactics, electing to go early. Very conservative, just wanting to get down the other end. Didn't want to make a mistake in their own end. Probably could have got a little bit more distance, but nice and safe.
Joining us in commentary today, it's a pleasure to have him with us. The man that the Player of the Year medal is named after, Peter Sterling. Player of the Year way back in 78 with Patrician Brothers Fairfield.
A long time ago, Andrew, probably more appropriate to speak of the likes of Trent Barrett and Nathan Kalis running around these days. There's some heavy defence by the Palm Beach side. Played the ball 25 out. Real state of origin flavour to this game, isn't there? We've got the most successful side ever in schoolboy rugby league, representing New South Wales in St Greg's. As you mentioned, Palm Beach been the Queensland champions 4 of the last 5 years, and of course were knocked out in the semi-finals last year by St Greg's on a countback. So they're looking for revenge. First penalty of the game.
And this penalty just outside the 30. St Gregory's can really wear their opponents down. Kingston and Marcus involved in the tackle. Marcus was the main infringer there. And Palm Beach Currumbin in all the big matches this year have conceded no more than 1 try. That is quite an achievement. Eisenhuth at dummy half. And linking there with Lang and along for Britain, the 2 halves. They are steady rather than brilliant, the 6 and the 7. Kelly is playing in the centres. Howell, a try-scoring machine off the bench today. Missed the semi-final. He may still play quite a role here as Reece Short gets St Greg's within 32 metres of the line now. And they are lined up to the left. As an offload came from the captain Cochrane, they found Foran. Plenty of bulk out in the centres with Pat Foran, one of the boarders at St Gregory's College. Kula, which I'm told is out Dunny Dewey. Eisenhuth back infield for Hoffman. Western Suburbs Magpie junior rep player this year. 5th tackle for St Greg's, 20 metres out. And Langer's the man to kick. It's a terrible kick off the side of the boot. And Palm Beach Currumbin come up with the ball on the fly on their own 30.
Yeah, with all the pressure being relieved there for Palm Beach. As you said, Vossi, that kick going terribly wrong. Actually held my breath then for a while. Dimitri Pello out there in the centres. He was the one that came up with the ball. Very impressive when he gets it. So much so they made a late change. St Greg's Brett Kelly moved from the back row out into the centres. I think that's to try and keep hold of Pello.
Harrington is picked up here and dumped by 3 defenders. He's not the biggest of front rowers. They really got into him there. Good run from Marcus. And a penalty to Palm Beach Currumbin, 40 metres away from the St Greg's line.
Very good penalty there from the referee, Gavin Badger, as well. See there, the tackle was completed. Then Eisenhuth came in. The referee deemed not to be necessary. Palm Beach, great opportunity here. In fact, the best of the game. 6 tackles inside the 20.
Milligan was the man who found the line. They come with Piggott, just holding the ball up. A feature of Palm Beach Currumbin's play. The 2 wingers, McCormack and Lang, will get plenty of work today. This is probing. They're only 5 metres from the line. Matt Brown, a dummy half. Back and stretching out. Matt Brown has scored the first try. That was all too simple for Palm Beach Currumbin. And this very talented lock forward gets the first try. It is 4-0.
Well, we said he was the player to watch for Palm Beach, and it really came easier than they expected, I'm sure. He's got in dummy half, got a reasonably quick play the ball. He got a bit of attention there as he was playing it, just got out. Some of the St Greg's players just over-reading out wide and then just not coming across from the other side of the ruck. Well, hang on, was there a little knock-on in the play the ball?
I think there's a big knock-on, Sean. It was missed by all and sundry. Some lazy work there from the 2 front rowers. Both Cochrane and Vag. Really no urgency, and that's a soft try. You can see the pumping of the fist. He knows how important it is to get first points in this final. He's done so in very good position for the conversion, but yes, some doubt about the play the ball.
Ryan Milligan is the goal kicker. He runs straight into the ball. It's an interesting style from 10 out and successful. They lead the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain final. Palm Beach Currumbin up by 6 points to 0.
Same one. They all stay behind it.
Gregory's College Campbelltown with a restart on their way through to the final. They conceded no more than 8 points in any one game. They have leaked 6 points here early. Now the ball is Cribb coming back infield. Very good battle out in the centres. Cribb and Pello for Palm Beach Currumbin. That ball over the shoulder of Piggott. Should be play on with Ricky Lang. On their own 20, Palm Beach Currumbin. Big Griffiths, he's the big man in the pack, 100 kilos. Simon Huntley, the coach of St Greg's. A tradition of coaches out of there going way back to the Peter Mulholland days. Daniel Anderson, coach of the Warriors, has had some time at St Gregory's College of Campbelltown. Kick is very deep. And Potter, almost a knock on his own goal line. That's a great result for Palm Beach Currumbin after scoring the try.
Well, that was a terrific kick from James Marcus out of dummy half. Puts all these players onside, and they put on a pretty good chase too. Now, did Potter knock this on? Maybe not. We'll probably let him get away with it, but it's a good piece of work there from Palm Beach.
There's a move to the right, and Cochrane is copying the treatment this time as Palm Beach Currumbin muscle up. Gregory's Lang, and then the pass for short. This is good defence from Palm Beach. It is tackle 5. They're 25 metres from their line, and St Greg's at the play the ball. A real disaster. A change over here.
Well, there was just no dummy half, was there? They got a quick play the ball, but St Greg's were just slow to react. No dummy half, and the referee gave him the benefit of the doubt to Palm Beach.
Berryman playing at 15 metres out. And Piggott, a long ball. There's trouble here. Kingston is 10 metres from the line, standing in the Kelly tackle. Pello got to the bouncing ball. If it goes to hand, They just about score, Palm Beach Currumbin. Harrington running back towards the markers, only 5 metres from the line. What pressure on the defending champions. Away with Marcus, and kept going for Brown, the try scorer. Looking for a double, the inside ball knocked down by Lang. And Greg's come up with it, was short. And this is a good call from the referee, a line dropout against St Gregory's.
That's right, there was no infringement, but another great opportunity for Palm Beach Currumbin on that occasion. It looked as though Matt Brown was going to slice through. Here's the play of the ball. It is a cardinal sin on the last tackle, in fact on any tackle, not to have a dummy half. And then Brown, oh so close to finding the support to score their second. As I said, no infringement, so a line dropout.
They're having to absorb all of this pressure, St Greg's. Palm Beach Currumbin leading by 6 points to 0 now. Ben Hannon, young man on scholarship with the Brisbane Broncos. In the pack for Palm Beach Currumbin, almost forward there to Griffiths. Only 20 metres from the line. Again, 3 in the tackle. Badger has got them for a dangerous one here. This is right in front of the posts.
What's happening is?
Well, St Greg's realised how important it is to get Griffiths on the ground.
Okay.
They did lift him up, and it did become dangerous. I'm not sure there was a whole lot of intent there, although Eisenhuth, when he came in, just probably did the damage at the end.
You can't have your arm between a player's legs in this day and age, and even at this level. The guys have got to know that. That's probably the third or fourth time where the player has got to the horizontal. That's the first time it's gone past that. And the first time it's been deemed to be a dangerous tackle. An arm between the legs picking up and driving is a complete no-no.
Watch it again. Really no need for Eisenhuth to come in at the finish. The driving work done by the front rower, Rhett Cochrane. Milligan from right in front for an 8-point lead for his school. Fullback from 15 metres out. Successful again, 2 from 2 to Ryan Milligan. It's 8-0 to Palm Beach Currumbin over St Gregory's College.
Stay with it. Here as well.
Champions down at this stage, first half of the final. On this Palm Beach Currumbin side, 5 of the players enjoyed premiership success recently. Almost a high tackle there on the run back. 5 of the players played in the Burleigh Heads under-19 side in the Group 18 competition. This was the tackle from Short on Rolling, who has plenty of parts moving when he runs it back. No penalty on that one, but there's a penalty on this one, the challenge on Hannon. That appeared to bounce up off his back more or less from Oak, who came over the top.
There's no doubt St Greg's know how important it is to keep Palm Beach down here. Just enthusiasm getting the better of them. Probably more careless than anything else. It's going in there and the arm going a bit higher than referee Badger would have liked.
What's said before the game?
A little bit of frustration coming into the St Gregory's performance as well. They look up to the scoreboard. 10 minutes gone, just over. 8 points behind on the scoreboard, trying to be physical, trying to be aggressive. Just losing out in technique.
Milligan taking no chances at all with his kick for line. The penalties already. Palm Beach Currumbin with Berryman, their captain. A number of players that has worn the maroon jumper of Queensland at under-17 level. So they know what it's like to be in that big match atmosphere. This ball has been coughed up by the halfback Piggott. I don't know about rolling the ball onto the head of the player, but that's going to do too much damage when he got up. His frustration expressed. David Howe.
Stay apart, stay apart.
Little opportunity here for St Greg's. 40 metres out. St Greg's winning the scrum. Gregory gets them to the right, and Howe is on. He's wearing a headgear. He was knocked out recently. That was the reason he missed the semi-final, playing in his local competition down in the Illawarra. Now Eisenhuth. They're 35 away, and Cochrane is with the ball. Little Piggott, the halfback, comes up, gets an assist from Hannon. Again, very Good defence from Palm Beach Currumbin. Very short, 30 metres from the line. That time it was Marcus who made the tackle. Little pick up at a dummy half from Eisenhuth. They know he's a danger man. Cannot make the tackle. Foreign, back for Lang. Don't think much of this kicking from behind the line. Puts all the chasers offside. It's diffused in any case by McCormack. And a 20-metre restart for Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yeah, really don't know the point of that kick at all. Didn't get high enough for any of his runners to get underneath, and they're offside anyway. Heavy
What about that
defence
shot from Kelly on Kingston? Kingston is no small player, the 5'8" either.
I mentioned that they were lacking in technique, not on that occasion. That's a great ball and all tackle from Brett Kelly. In fact, the defence really picking up now as we get halfway through this first half. Good run there, takes Currumbin over the halfway line.
That was Berryman, and it was a good tackle at the end of it from Eisenhuth. The kick from Piggott downfield, straight to Potter. He had a little fumble early, but really is a mistake-free player, driven in the tackle. This is everything you expect of a final in defence from both teams here. Just wonder how that first try was scored, really. It's normally spot on as Potter gets another run here for 5 metres. Inside their 30, Eisenhuth gets them going left. And Hoffman it is. Had that collision with a goalpost in this year's competition. At Parramatta Stadium in one of the earlier games. Wing away for short. Lifted over the top by Wallace. He's the one who wears the bright red headgear, the number 17, and was looking to charge down the kick from Lang there. Lang did a good job. He gets an excellent bounce. Milligan from his own 10-metre line. Palm Beach Currumbin come back. They lead by 8 points to 0.
Both teams very mindful of the importance of putting pressure on the kicker, and as a result we're seeing both teams struggle with their kicking games. Otherwise we're just seeing almost another dangerous tackle, and referee Badger isn't going to even allow it to take place.
That is, again, a good decision by the referee. Even though the tackled man wasn't put to ground, he is still lifted above the horizontal. That could have been extremely dangerous if he had have found the ground.
Ethan Bagg that time penalised. This kick has found the line only just the elevation required to get over the head of Brendan Peacock. 40 metres away from the line. One try of the match to the lock forward, Matt Brown. 2 goals from the fullback, Milligan. There's them in the box seat. Marcus has gone to first receiver. He can quite easily play halfback, the number 9. There's now Kingston with the ball. Working there with Berryman. Ball fell out of his grasp as he was looking to offload. That's a real let-off for St Gregory's. Coming up with the ball 15 metres out from their own line. Potter. Taken that time by Kingston. Second error of the match from Palm Beach Currumbin. Came just 15 metres out from the line. And Eisenhuth back in field. And Hoffman looking to offload, but again 3 in the tackle. They've shut down the offloading game off St Gregory's here, the Palm Beach Currumbin defence, and now putting a bit of pressure on them.
Yeah, the defence from Palm Beach has been pretty good right across the park. Been getting up in the face of St Greg's, and they've been unable to do anything but sort of ruck it out. It's really affected their attack, St Greg's.
Milligan, the fullback, has lost the ball in the tackle. Very physical, but Badger as well, the ball was stripped. St Greg's were away to score.
Well, you would have to believe the referee got a call from the touch judge on this occasion. It was on the far side. I'd imagine the referee would have been obscured in seeing how the ball came out, and a real opportunity for St Greg's there if it had been called play on, because there were open spaces for the next 30 metres.
Jeremy McCormack on the tap restart. There's another one on a scholarship with the Broncos. Number 2. Sean Cribb, I'm told, is poised to sign with Brisbane. The centre, number 4, keep your eyes on him as Brown ends up with the ball there. The ball really hasn't come the way of Sean Cribb yet. On that right side of the field, completion rate has been outstanding from Palm Beach Currumbin, and they have had plenty of ball too. And rolling. Love the way he runs, just everything is moving. There's all pumped up. Every hit up as if he's last as Marcus gets through. Couldn't find a support. St Greg's scramble, and now they put some attack on of their own. Desperation stuff, he's lost it too. That was Todd Renton. We will break here in the final, 8-0 to Palm Beach Currumbin. Scrum 35 metres out. Kellogg's Nutri-Grain final. The Queensland champions in front. And with the ball as their centre, Pello. There by Hoffman and Howell. Plenty of ball, Palm Beach Currumbin. As now getting through as the fullback, Milligan. And Milligan will sprint away to score his team's second try. No one at home. And the fullback raises the arm in salute. They've turned possession again into points. It is 12-0.
Well, again, you'd have to say a fairly soft try. St Greg's just conceding here. They were looking so good in defence. Ryan Milligan is getting the ball off the scrum, getting around his opponent there, a bit of footwork. And there was nobody home, fullback up in the line. Getting out from dummy half, one missed tackle, and two, and he was away. Pinned the ears back, and there was no one going to catch him. Good chase there in the end from St Greg's, tried to knock the ball out. It's about the only thing they could try.
Great individual try there from Ryan Milligan. And St Gregory's, you've got to say, unfortunately, the play leading up to that, Todd Renton actually took an intercept to deny Palm Beach a try. Then in being tackled after making a good 20-metre bust from that intercept, the ball came loose. That's why we had the scrum, and that's why Palm Beach had that opportunity. Coming up to the 5-minute mark, a great time to score their second, and with this conversion, the opposition now will need to score more than twice.
Earning his own try. He's kicked 3 from 3. He's got 10 points already in the bag. And he's 14-0 in the final.
This is what I was talking about. Look at Todd Renton. Did a great job there. There were 3 support players. And then he's put on a nice little bit of footwork himself. Unfortunately, in that gang tackle, the ball came loose.
Share of possession and down by 14 points to 0. 2 first-half tries to Palm Beach Currumbin. 5 schools previously have played in deciders from Queensland as a drop ball comes from Hannon. Straight away St Gregory's go on the attack. It's too early to start celebrating just yet. As Rhett Cochran is 15 metres away from the line. St Greg's going to raise a lot of those bad memories about the missed tackles in this first half that have led to tries if they score here.
Well, Andrew, I think this is the second time they've been in the 20-metre area of Palm Beach. The first time was probably in the first 5 minutes of this half.
Look at that defence there from Palm Beach. They get right up over the advantage line, and Palm Beach are struggling to even make any ground, let alone do anything with the football.
10 metres away now. Hoffman scoops it up there for Lang, drifting across field, links up with Britton, short on numbers that side, Palm Beach Currumbin. St Greg's decided to come back in field. This is the 5th tackle. We've got the big front rower in a dummy half, or rather the second rower, Kelly. Passing for Lang. Now Britton puts the kick into the corner. Chance for St Greg's. Oh, the ball bounced there. Chris Gilmore claims a try. And they rule no try. Touch judge there, in-goal judge there with the referee. And I think a unanimous decision, no 4-pointer.
That's the idea. When they up on you in defence, start putting the ball behind the line and makes them think twice. Gilmore, he got there, just needed to hold the football. It would have been a try. Very unlucky.
Lovely kick from the number 6, Chris Britton. And Beach Currumbin with the ball. And Sean Cribb away and getting close to that sideline. Risky pass back in field. When dived on by Lang. It's so easily been a St Greg's ball. And now the touch judge is in.
Looks as though it will go against St Gregory's player here.
Number 15, please. Brett.
Calling out Todd Renton. He's been in the action since
Number
coming off the
18,
bench.
please. Oh, he is captain. All right, no one says a word yet. Touch judge will speak, and then we'll go from there. Thanks, fellas.
Going for the tackle, but he's swinging out to marginal, right?
Yep.
He's sailing close to the wind. You've got to let him know. You can see the looks of the other bloke. One
Okay.
way it's got to learn to go away and play the rules. Mate, he's just got to get out and leave it alone, right?
Sean, what do you make of that?
Well, it was a big backswing. I didn't see much follow through. Brenton, he's plenty of enthusiasm there.
Same as I said over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it probably looked a lot worse than it was. It was a big backswing and just landed on his shoulder in the end.
Wouldn't be surprised, actually, if he's got him for both swings. There was a late one as well that may have connected.
Aggression probably not really required there. 6-1 the penalty count. And now Cribbers with the ball, and he will start to come looking for it. It hasn't come out his way on the right side. He can cause some damage. Strong running centre. And now Marcus going across field. Shut down there by Howe. 5 metres inside their own half. Palm Beach Currumbin. Back infield for Griffiths. Right on that advantage line. Marcus. Back left with Brown. Right up the centre goes the lock forward, Matt Brown. His decision to kick came early. It is play on now with Howe for St Gregory's. I thought Brown may have kicked just a touch early. Now we have got some trouble.
Natives are getting restless. The St Gregory's players really took offence at their man who was on the ground with the football being set upon by 2 Palm Beach defenders. Tremendous run here by the lock forward. Yes, he did kick early. Now it bounces back to the St Gregory's player. He is there. And 2 players will run from a long way in to complete the tackle. He's on the ground there now. Now he has got every right to get up and run. And there are the players coming in to finish off. And St Gregory's teammates took offence.
Well, to be honest, unless the referee's called held, there is no drama with them coming in.
No, there was nothing wrong with that, really, and I think Palm Beach are quite entitled to come in. As Stillo mentioned, he probably should have got up and run with it, although I think he was injured. That prevented him getting up and running. So probably understandable from both sides.
From the body language of the officials, it does look as though it's going to be a penalty against Palm Beach Currumbin, and I agree with both Andrew and Sean. I feel as though the defenders had every right to come in.
This is the last chance for both sides, okay? Okay, last chance. All right, exactly right. You've made your point, and I'll make it mine now.
Gavin Badger has let it be known. If we have another tackle that goes wrong, in his opinion, we may well have a send-off. In the meantime, they took the tap, and they come back with Peacock.
They run very good lines of Palm Beach forwards. You can see on that occasion Matt Brown, he wasn't going across field, he was actually angled back at the play the ball area. Their front rowers have done it well, Griffiths and Harrington. Just puts the defence off when they're not coming at you where you expect them from. St Gregory's try and come up with something inside the final 2 minutes.
Emmett came up with another battering style tackle. It is forcing St Greg's into some, well, not quite panic play, but they're just not finding the mark at all with their passes. Outside the 30, coming up to half-time, final minute. Britton is the player who kicks it straight down the centre. Milligan doesn't get the bounce. It goes out in the wing of McCormack, and McCormack under pressure. Howe gets some of his own back, the centre. He's fine, David Howe. And Palm Beach Currumbin with it, 15 inside their own half. Leading by 14 points to 0.
Again, we saw that pressure being applied to the kicker. As St Greg's driving the tackle. Palm Beach losing a lot of ground. Wasn't that a great chase?
Griffiths comes back. Oak got to him first. There's been some real collisions in this match. Now Marcus, they'll kick from inside the 40. Pressure there on Pickett. Now he has to run. Pickett gets to halfway. It wasn't the last. And tackled 45 metres away from the St Greg's line. 5th tackle. Could be the final play of the half. Milligan looking for the line. The bounce which will find the sideline, and they are very happy with their first half's work, the Queensland champions. This is the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain final, and Palm Beach Currumbin lead the defending champions, St Gregory's College of Campbelltown 14-0. We'll be back in a moment with more.
the kicker. Stay behind him, fellas. Just wait till I call you.
Welcome back to the Sydney Football Stadium, the final of the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup. And Palm Beach Currumbin, 14-0 leaders, looking to become the first Queensland school to ever win the title. They would be fired up, they would be a little nervous, although it's St Greg's who have come up with the first mistake of the second half. John Ellis, the first hit up, dropping the ball short of the 20.
Well, he did so well because James Marcus came in to put the big hit on. He bumped him away, and then just as he was going to ground, the ball just slips out. That's a cardinal mistake. It's the last thing St Greg's needed. First tackle from the break.
And from the scrum, they're going to make them pay for it. McCormack, he's only a metre from the line, a real pile-up of defenders. He was almost to the goal line. Berryman a dummy half, out of dummy half, the captain. He gets over but hasn't been able to force it. It'll be a scrum feed to Palm Beach Currumbin. What a dramatic start to the second half.
Some wonderful scrambling defence there. Firstly, Mello did very, very well to set his winger up out wide. Then you can see the defenders got there en masse. So close. Again, good defence there, denying the try.
Bend your backs. Bend your backs. Here you go, mate.
Still on for Palm Beach Currumbin. Brown, who scored their first try. Hard to stop. At the base of the uprights. Piggott now stretches to the right. Kingston got a bad ball. And St Greg's, their desperation on show. They come up with the ball. That's great work. It was John Ellis who got there. The player who dropped the ball from the kickoff. And that is a real relief for him. And now his team a penalty 20 metres out.
I don't know whether it's a case for Palm Beach Currumbin of getting a bit overconfident, getting carried away with their great field position at the moment. Just throwing the ball away and then compounding the error by giving the penalty. Really lets St Greg's off the hook.
Palm Beach Currumbin not home by any means if St Greg's can have the weight of possession in the second half. Across field with Britton, a short pass, Piggott came up and that is pressure again. The pressure of the Palm Beach Currumbin defence forcing the mistake.
Palm Beach should be fairly disappointed the referee blew his whistle a second early, because I do believe that the big number 12, Hoffman, picks that ball up in an offside position.
Locks in, locks in. There we go, mate.
There is a level.
Scrum's twisted. Scrum's twisted. Hold the weight, Locks. Hold the weight.
Scrum feed one for Palm Beach Currumbin. Brown got away from Potter. Big game to lock forward. Now Piggott from dummy half, 25 metres from the line. Yes, there may have been a third try for Palm Beach Currumbin. They are now looking a little rattled, St Greg's Campbelltown. And I don't think they've looked this way at all through the competition. In fact, I don't think they've looked this way the past 2 years. The ball comes for Harrington. Running there at Kelly. And Ellis comes over the top with Cochrane. Again, they're only 5 metres away. Palm Beach Currumbin with Kingston. Kingston upended. Still some stiff defence to take on and beat Piggott to the right with Milligan. And Milligan is held up on the last changeover. St Greg's, the pride of the defending champions, now on show.
Well, there's just a case of scramble defence for St Greg's, especially early on in the count. Palm Beach getting 3 very quick play the balls that had St Greg's under all sorts of pressure. Just towards the end, they were able to slow it down and get back in control. Good defence from St Greg's.
If St Gregory's can get out of trouble and win this game, they will look at the last 4 minutes as the reason that they could go on and win. Some great defence there under all sorts of pressure. That's not going to help ball finding hand until winger comes in 22 out from his own line.
Peacock it was, and now with Hoffman out of dummy half, they really need their forwards to lift here, start making a mark or a dent in this Palm Beach Currumbin defensive line. Lang's kickers from well inside the 40 here, but the bounce not a good one for St Gregory, straightening up. And it's Ricky Lang who goes back for it. And Ricky Lang almost back to the 20. Some high grabbing defence at the winger.
He's caught in there. He's making an effort.
Milligan and left straight away. McCormack. Good work there from Chris Gilmore. He's conceded a penalty. I thought Gavin Badger may have gone off a little early giving that penalty. I thought it was a dominant tackle. He's entitled to have a little bit of extra time to clear in that situation. Where's that play on that one? 7-3 penalty count. John McCormack. He's just short of the Palm Beach Currumbin 40-metre line. They scored 2 first-half tries. First one very early to their lock forward, Matt Brown. As Harrington has lost it in the tackle, that has been stripped. No. Drop ball is the ruling. And St Greg's, the chance they've been waiting for in their second half. A scrum inside Palm Beach Currumbin's half.
Absolutely, and this is what they've been waiting for. They haven't had much field position, let alone any ball. Let's see if they can put some pressure on with some quick play. The ball's what they need. It's this defence from Palm Beach. It's up so quick, it makes it difficult.
Britton's with the ball, got past Kingston, who slipped over in the defensive line. Brown does well in cover. 30 metres away. Potter at dummy half. Write them off at your own peril, really. St Gregory's College, Campbelltown. And a penalty this time to St Greg's. And Eisenhuth wants the quick tap restart. Lang. Across field it comes for Hoffman. Pickett was there in defence. Risky ball there from Hoffman. They've got plenty of time. They don't need to score off every play. Back inside for Vag. 11 metres away from the Palm Beach Currumbin line.
And they have got plenty of time, which means that they haven't scored at the end of this set of 6. A ball into the in goal or up in the air. Try and force a consecutive set.
Eisenhuth to the right with Kelly. Good step from Kelly. He had one wrong-footed. That sliding defence getting across. Eisenhuth only 5 metres away. Back to the left it comes. Britton, nice prop off the left foot. And linking up with a front rower. Still putting pressure on this Palm Beach Currumbin defence. It was Vag who went close. Now the last tackle. Lang for Hoffman. Hoffman risky ball again. Back inside and Lang for Britton. The little kick. Palm Beach Currumbin survived there. Leading by 14 points to 0.
Just on a real structured set there for St Greg, getting to the last tackle and then have to force the kick in. Wasn't all that good, it was under pressure. But Palm Beach, you've got to hand it to them. They looked like they were in trouble there at one stage. Able to scramble and make the tackle. Good
metres here from Griffiths, their front rower. He's made 20, almost back to the 40-metre line. Now they slip back into the groove. Hannon to halfway. An aggressive forward pack. With it their halfback, Pickett keeps it alive for Marcus. Gets a bomb rather than a kick downfield. That wasn't the best of plays on the last. Almost a challenge mid-air from Cribb. Potter comes down with it for St Gregory's. And he finds a penalty anyway.
As the chase is inside the 10-metre circle, that should have been left for Chris Potter. Some really good lead up before this kick. Just see the outside chasers just in front.
9 of 10 finals before today. St Gregory's College, Campbelltown. Beaten once, that was in 1983 by Patrician Brothers Fairfield. Langer's with it. Britton, the halves. They have to dictate. They're not going to dictate in defence like that. Lee Wallace. Big shot on the 5'8". Foran is with it. Here's another player that needs to get involved. Pat Foran with the size of just about a front rower.
The first receiver for St Gregory's is much too deep and behind the play the ball area on occasions when they go wide. It just makes it so much easier for the Palm Beach defence. Here's an opportunity now for Palm Beach. A good chase here by the second rower, Ben Hannant, and he's picked up 30 metres for his side.
And on a last tackle and a changeover, and then St Greg's carrying on so they concede a penalty. What a play that is in the scheme of things at 14-0. Just about becomes a 50-metre play with a kick for line. Silly play from Brendan Peacock. Well, this is the test. You dare say that Palm Beach Currumbin can win it right here. 5 metres away from the St Greg's line. Currumbin a dummy half. With Pickett. Steps off the left, running between the two front rowers, Cochrane and Vag. And now only a metre from the line. Slow to his feet, Pickett. He's hurt. Trouble with his right leg. Wallace a dummy half. Oh, gee, his dummy half no favours. That's an absolute tragedy, that play. Sean Garlick, former dummy half extraordinaire. What about that?
Well, he's got to be filthy. Pickett, he may have hurt himself. I'm not sure whether he was wasting time or he genuinely did have a sore ankle, but geez, he just set his dummy half up, didn't he? Played the ball, didn't even roll it back to him, and St Greg's were just waiting to come at him.
It was like when he put his foot on the ball. Here it comes. No, it doesn't. Here it comes. No.
It's like they came out of a gun, St Greg's. Had a chance to have 3 breaths, and the poor old dummy half didn't stand a chance.
St Greg's on that let-off. They are still in it. They trail 14-0. It's still time. And Ellis back to the 20-metre line. Eisenhuth infield with Vag. South Australian in the side for St Greg's. He comes from Adelaide, put down there by Lang. It's just not their day at the moment. Eisenhuth be a knock-on against St Greg's as the handling error count for St Gregory's Campbelltown really begins to climb.
What is not helping St Greg's is what they're doing at the play the ball. Palm Beach just able to dominate every tackle, forcing St Greg's to get up last and play it slow. So the defence of Palm Beach is just racing up and putting all sorts of pressure on the first receiver, the second receiver. They need to be able to dominate the play the ball.
Kingston is with it. Another player bound for the Sharks next year. Like he's locked forward, Matt Brown. They're 25 metres away from the line. Pickett back in field. Wallace. And now they creep inside the 20. Pickett. Back in field. Harrington. He just works hard. I mentioned in the first half he doesn't have the bulk of some of the other front rowers in this match, but he's pretty relentless in his charging. Berryman, risky pass. It's held there by Hannon. There was an opportunity for an intercept. Ball back in field with Marcus. They want to keep it alive. And it is with the lock forward, Brown. Straightening up, bouncing away there from Kelly. Only 10 metres from the line. Brown eventually to ground. And still the scoring chances with Palm Beach Currumbin. There's plenty of feeling in this final. You expect nothing less. Pickett's only 5 away. Good ball round the corner for Marcus and put down by Wallace. And now play on for St Gregory's. Still they hang on.
Well, they have just hung on again. Still 13 minutes left in this game. You get the feeling if they can score next, they can start to put a bit of pressure on Palm Beach, but they just can't seem to get out of their own end.
Hoffman, 15 out from their own line. Haven't they been in the 20 of St Gregory's plenty of times in this half? And somehow St Greg's have managed to get out of it without conceding any points. Now Reece Short back to the 30-metre line. Berryman front on. Eisenhuth left. And Vag carries for another 5 metres. Eisenhuth, they will kick from just outside the 30 this time. Lang, this kick straight down the throat of Ricky Lang. In relation, of course, over the 30-metre line goes Ricky Lang, and still going almost back to halfway. What a charge at this time of the game. It nullifies any advantage downtown from the kick. Marcus, long ball put down by Cribb. St Greg's on the turnover. Still, Palm Beach Currumbin haven't shut the door entirely on St Greg's getting a comeback. They need to get the comeback started, though, with some points. On halfway, Reece Short. And the tackle with Sam Rolling. Eisenhuth back in field. The captain of St Greg's is Cochrane. Able to get a pass back for Eisenhuth. Now 35 away. And with a little opportunity left as Vag makes good metres. The offload will come now from the front rower. No, 21 metres out. He came back in field. If he had have gone to his outside, there was a chance. Now they get it left with Lang offloading in the Kingston tackle. Peacock is only 10 metres from the line. And on the last tackle. 9 away. St Greg's trailing by 14 points to 0. Lang needs a result from the kick. It's play on with Britton into the arms of Milligan. A line dropout for Palm Beach Currumbin. We will break in the final at 14-0. Back at the stadium, in the decider, and Palm Beach Currumbin, first real pressure of the second half, a line dropout, and not a straight line as followed up on the kick as Cochrane went wide. 25 away. Forum back there for Short. Short almost through the other side of the defensive line. Held up by Pello. Little wrestle starts with Short and Pello. Eisenhuth 10 metres away, holding the pass up for Foran. Got through the tackle of Lang, not so Hannon. Eisenhuth back in field. St Gregory's rushing up was Pickett to try and make the tackle. He has missed, and now Oker's with it. Only 16 in the back row for St Gregory's. Young Parramatta junior Brendan Oak. Lang still on that 10-metre line. Britton quick hands there with Howell. Howell is their try-scoring machine. He's got one in the final, as he did last year. There is still plenty of time for the comeback, and it is now underway for St Gregory's.
It was the first time they've had a successive set of 6. They got the line drop out, rather fortunately though. They went to the last tackle again, went through the hands. It's a good ball in the end there to Howell. Just cut back in, got through 1-2, then showed a fair bit of strength there to get over in the end. He was originally dropped for this game, started from the bench, but since he's come on, it's been very effective.
Now Kelly from wide out, 20 metres out and 15 in from touch, unsuccessful. In the final, 14 points to 4, Palm Beach Currumbin over St Greg's. First points of the second half going the way of St Gregory's. It's taken a while to see them posted. But St Gregory's, I said earlier, write them off at your own peril. They are the defending champions. This amazing strike rate in finals. And they're coming home now. 15 inside their own half. Potter was the man playing it. Eisenhuth is starting to get on top out of dummy half. The momentum is with the St Gregory side. Short, almost to halfway. And Palm Beach Currumbin needing to match their defensive efforts of the first half now. Still with a few tackles up their sleeve. Eisenhuth, look at him run. He will do that all day if he's given the opportunity. 5th tackle here for St Gregory's. Every play a big one from now on. That kick from Lang right to the corner. Needing to bounce as far as Palm Beach Currumbin are concerned. They get the bounce. Milligan, he was wishing it over that dead ball line. Will be a 20-metre restart and no rush for Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yes, everybody held their breath there for that ball to bounce the second time, waiting to see whether it would go over the dead ball line or come back. That could have been vital if it had come back. Would have given St Greg's another opportunity in the attack. And how the pendulum swung. Now St Greg's have had a bit of possession. They're looking all that much better.
Right on halfway. Good metres there from McCormack. With it is Cribb. We saw in the previous play the mousetrap play again. They do like it coming out of their own half. They've used it 3 times in the match. Haven't really seen it in an attacking position yet. There's good metres again this time for Griffiths. 35 metres from the St Gregory's line. Marcus will run out of dummy half. Eisenhuth trapped him, but has been ruled offside. Well, that's a big call at this time of the match.
It's been a good battle between the two hookers today. Eisenhuth not happy with that decision. I think it was a case of Marcus seeing that Eisenhuth wasn't onside. That's why he ran from dummy half. And Eisenhuth couldn't resist the temptation, especially against his opposing hooker. Had to tackle him.
This was the run of McCormack before. Now, almost from a standing start, he just kept on going. Good run from the winger. Scored 10 points in the final, a try and 3 from 3. This to open up the margin again to 12. 22 metres out, Milligan lights it off the boot. There is another 2, and in the final, it is 16 points to 4. There's the equation for St Gregory's. They just about have to score in the next minute. There'll be a chance of getting out of this one.
Not a bad idea there from St Greg's. A real scribbler. Rubber kick off the kick-off, looking to either kick it out or get a mistake. And, well, they didn't get it on the kick, but they got to the very next tackle.
Milligan put it down. They said they need to score in the next minute. That's exactly what they need to do. And really, at this situation, 12 points down, they can really only force it to extra time. And as in the NRL, it is golden point extra time in the finals. Dummy half is Eisenhuth, 25 metres out. Palm Beach Currumbin, that error count has kept St Gregory's with a sniff here. Foran gets to within 10 of the line. Tackles up their sleeve here, St Gregory's. It's not over yet. Eisenhuth for Lang, dump back there for Vag. Running back towards the markers, and Piggott was first man in. He's tackled very well, the number 7 for Palm Beach Currumbin. Lang, a crossfield was short, almost bobbled out of his hands. 15 out. And to the right they continue. Lang again, jinks and then links up with Oak. Oak is only 5 metres from the line, thrown over there by Berryman, and that is the 5th tackle. Eisenhuth, they go blindside with Lang, the little kick. Cribber juggle, Cribber has the ball and is now taken over the sideline. St Gregory's will get another attacking rush.
Well, I just held my breath there by Gavin Badger. Badger made that decision. I was hoping he wasn't going to give a penalty for dragging him over too late. Here's the kick from Lang. Cribb juggles it. If he drops that, then I thought, who knows, St Gregs would go in. What a tackle from Lang in the end.
St Gregory's a scrum feed. 10 metres out, trailing by 12 points. Hoffman comes back in field. Did he get a foot to it in the play the ball? It's allowed to continue with Eisenhuth. And Foran is held up. He's had no space at all, the big St Greg's centre today. Short. And away for Cochrane. He's able to offload back for Reece Short. 15 out from the line. Plenty of St Greg's jumpers there. Now they run with Foran. Foran again is 5 metres away from the line. Still alive with St Greg's. And the Palm Beach Currumbin defence is desperate. They're not far away from a first Queensland title. And now Vag offloading for Potter. Still 5 metres from the line. Short at dummy half. Infield, Lang. So nonchalant, picking up a difficult ball there. Then over the head of Cochrane for Oak. They're headed back towards the 20. Oak comes back in field. And the defence that time came from Harrington. 12 metres out from the line. In fact, it was Marcus. Eisenhuth, a kick on the last. Knocked on there by Milligan. But it'll still be enough to soak up some more time from Palm Beach Currumbin.
Well, I was thinking that had to be the set in which they scored if they're going to win this game, or at least draw a level to take it in extra time. I think time's going to get the better of them. Only 2 minutes to go. But it does give them another chance. They have to score very early.
Another scrum, 10 metres out. But time is the enemy now as the ball comes away for Gilmore. Back infield for Lang. Palm Beach Currumbin, in none of the big matches this year have they conceded more than one try. They look to continue that record here in the final. Vag is 5 metres out, and Marcus was around his legs. Handed over the top. Short away, Eisenhuth inside ball, Hoffman. Hoffman held up there by Griffiths. Wonderful defence from Palm Beach. Eisenhuth, or rather Short, had to go. Then for Vag. Vag trying to offload. What about this defence from Palm Beach Currumbin? Superb stuff. And St Greg's with Eisenhuth. Wide ball for Oak. He's cleaned up. Cleaned up there by Lang, the winger. Short back in field with Lang. He kicks. They had no options there. And Lang's kick has gone over the dead ball line. Championship winning defence from Palm Beach Currumbin.
It wasn't just great to watch. Game saver after game saver. There's the one there from Ricky Lang. There was a series of tackles through that set. But Lang in the end didn't seem to have much on. Really put the ball onto the foot, hoping he might get a ricochet or something, but just went dead.
And a 20-metre restart. They can just about play out the clock now, Palm Beach Currumbin. You watching up in Queensland, and specifically those on the Gold Coast. What a great moment this is. Beaten in the final in '99. Knocked out in the semi-finals last year on countback by St Gregory's. And today they get their moment. Queenslanders have waited over 25 years for this. They waited longer for a first Sheffield Shield, so they've done well. The Palm Beach Currumbin boys in the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup. On the 40-metre line, Milligan. Fired inside his own half. Now the countback. The bench are up on their feet. There will be one last play in the game. It will go to Brown. He submits in the tackle. He could just about be penalised. And there it is. History is made. And congratulations to the coach, Rod Patterson, on screen. He's been at the helm for, well, more than a decade. Palm Beach Currumbin have won the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup. Deserving winners. No tries after half-time to the new champions. They have won by 16 points to 4. And the 9 times champions, St Gregory's College, Campbelltown, will have to wait another year to bring up that 10th title.
Nutri-Grain Cup. It's down to our MC, Mr. John Coates.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We've just witnessed another outstanding Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup Grand Final, which brings to a close the 2001 season. We're going to take time now to pay tribute to our 2 finalist schools, St Gregory's College of Campbelltown and Palm Beach Currumbin State High. Joining me for these presentations is Bob Millwood, Director of the Australian Rugby League and the New South Wales Rugby League, the Sponsorship and Services Marketing Manager for Kellogg's Australia, Heather Wasner, and she will be assisted in presenting the Cup by former international Mark Carroll, the face of Nutri-Grain. Also, as part of the presentation, is of course Peter Sterling, who will present the Player of the Year award. But firstly, award from Director Bob Millwood.
Thank you very much, John, ladies and gentlemen. I think those that have come here today early have witnessed another great game of schoolboy rugby league. This competition is traditional in the calendar of the New South Wales Rugby League, and these two teams today have certainly kept up that high standard. First of all, I'd like to pay compliment to Kellogg's for sponsoring the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup for the second consecutive year, and I'm very pleased to announce that they will continue that sponsorship again in season 2002. Thank you very much to Kellogg's. To the runners-up of today's final, St Gregory's Campbelltown, goes congratulations not only of making the final, they were the defending champions, and they contributed again to an outstanding final and game of rugby league. And to Simon Huntley and his team, congratulations on behalf of the league. To Rodney Patterson and his team from Palm Beach, Currumbin, I know they've been trying for many years. I know last year they went out in a count-back in the semi-final against St Greg's, but today they were the champions and the better team on the day, and I'd like, on behalf of the New South Wales Rugby League, to extend our congratulations to the school on winning the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup for 2001. There was over 400 schools started this competition in this present season, and to win the final here today against such a champion school and team as St Gregory's, they can go away as worthy premiers. Once again, congratulations to both sides and to Kellogg's in sponsoring and contributing to the development of rugby league in New South Wales.
Thank you, Bob. And now we come to the first of the presentations, and it is to the 2001 Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup Player of the Year. He will receive the Peter Sterling Medal and a cheque for $1,000 from Kellogg's. Our presenter requires little introduction, being one of the great players of the 80s with Parramatta, New South Wales and Australia. He is also a former Cup Player of the Year, playing with Patrician Brothers Fairfield. Please welcome Peter Sterling.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to take this opportunity to congratulate both St Gregory's College and Palm Beach Currumbin for putting on a fitting finale to this year's competition. A wonderful effort for St Greg's to move through to their 11th final, and a landmark day for Palm Beach Currumbin, becoming the first Queensland team ever to win this schoolboy competition. So congratulations to both sides. It now gives me great pleasure to announce that this year's best and fairest medal winner goes to the Palm Beach Currumbin lock forward, Matt Brown. Who I think becomes a Cronulla Shark next season.
Firstly, I'd like to thank the sponsors. Without them, this competition won't go through, and it's a bloody good competition for all schoolboys. I know everyone strives out to be the best team in Australia. Thanks a lot to St Greg's. You put up a great effort, fellas, and well done. You should be proud of yourselves. To my team, I can't say enough, fellas. All year we put in everything, the dumbbells, push-ups, everything, and thanks so much. And Patterson, Mr. Patterson, I got to say, mate, you're the heart of this team. You've been here for so long, and without you, this ain't going to be happening. So, it's to you, buddy.
Congratulations, Matt. And now, firstly, to the runners-up for 2001, and I'm sure we'd all like to hear from the captain of St Gregory's, Red Cochrane.
Firstly to Palm Beach, they were too good for us on the day. Thanks to all the crowd for coming out today, biggest crowd there. Thanks to our boys, put a big effort in, all the coaches, Mr Huntley, all of them. Thanks to Nutri-Grain Cup, thanks.
Thank you, Red. And now to the 2001 Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Cup champions, Palm Beach Currumbin State High, and their captain, Stan Berryman.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank Nutri-Grain for their sponsorship. Without them, none of this could happen. Congratulations, St. Greg's, for making the final. There's only one winner, but commiserations. To the boys, the Reds are coming. Into Pate. Good stuff, boys. We expected a hard game and got one. And yeah, just like to thank everyone for the presentation. Thanks, boys.
Congratulations, Stan. And now I would like to invite the rest of the Palm Beach boys to come up and receive their medals from Heather and Bob and Mark Carroll. If the players would like to come through now as I call their names, number 1, Ryan Milligan. Number 2, Jono McCormack. 3, Demetrio Pello. 4, Sean Cribb. 5, Ricky Lang. 6, Kevin Kingston. 7, Josh Piggott. 8, Nathan Harrington. 9, James Marcus. 10, James Griffiths. 11, Ben Hannant. Stan Berryman, the captain, of course. Number 12, Matt Brown, the Peter Sterling medal winner. Number 14, Sam Rowling. 15, Delak Lack. 16, Blake Edward. 17, Lee Walsh. And 18, Josh Blatch. And of course, the coach should come up as well, Coach Rod Patterson. As was said earlier, history has been created here today with the cup going north of the border for the first time in the history of this competition. And finally, we would like to also thank our match officials and ask them to come forward to receive their medals. Referee Gavin Badger, touch judges Paul Holland and Jason O'Brien, and in-goal judges David Adams and Peter Castle. Would you please come forward, gentlemen?
Let's go see our boys over here. Let's go see Stanley, go see Gregory first. Let's go hold it up.
Come here, fella.